Hello friends, this is Akshata, your educator. I welcome you all in Teaching Exams by Global Online. As we know friends, Teaching Exams by Global Online has launched a complete series for upcoming CTET examination which will be held in December 2022. In this complete series we are dealing with mathematics paper 1. So friends, if you want to score maximum marks as well as want guaranteed selection in the examination, then this series for paper 1 and paper 2 is going to be very beneficial for you. In this particular lecture of mathematics paper 1, that is lecture number 7, will be dealing with measurement topic. Okay, before moving into the video, let me discuss about the complete course that has been launched for central teacher eligibility test for paper 1 and paper 2 individually, as well as the combined complete course. In this complete course for paper 1, we will provide you with the features like full syllabus theory lectures, multiple practice MCQs will be carried out here, mock tests will be carried out, full syllabus notes will be provided in the form of PDF, and the course fees is just of 2000 rupees. For this you have to just go and download the Global Online app or contact us on this given WhatsApp number. Basically for paper 2 also the complete course has been launched. In the same features will be provided as I told you, like full syllabus theory lectures, practice multiple MCQs, mock tests, full syllabus notes. Again the course fees will be just of 2000 rupees. Simply you have to download the Global Online app or you can contact us on WhatsApp on the given number. Okay, now the students who are going to opt for the paper 1 and paper 2, for them also the course has been launched, the compiled course, in which again full syllabus theory lectures will be provided, practice multiple MCQs, mock test, full syllabus notes, and the course fees is just of 3000 rupees. Again, for the maximum marks and guarantee selection in the examination, this course launched by the Global Online is going to be very beneficial for you. This is a course where you can completely rely on us so that your preparation जो है एग्ज़ाम ओरिएंटेड हो जाएगा और आपको मैक्सिमम जो है मार्क्स मिल जाएंगे. ठीक है. नाउ before moving into the video, this is the last step I want to make you introduced to. In this you have to follow the steps for enrolling the course. Global Online app has to be installed from the Play Store. You will see such kind of interface. Okay, here you can find the store icon where you have to click, and moving on to the courses page, you will find a search tab. Okay, here you have to go and search the examination, right? Because Global Online is an application, it is a platform where you find access to different entrance examination like CET, NET, NTA, UGC. So this kind of different entrance examination का preparation जो है Global Online app के द्वारा हम करवा रहे हैं. तो आप basically अगर आप CTET 2022 के लिए जो है अपीयर होने वाले, तो ये कोर्स जो है आपके लिए प्रोवाइडेड रहेगा. नीचे जो है कोर्स की फीस भी डिस्प्ले की जाएगी. नाउ टुडेज लेक्चर is about the measurements. Okay, we will be discuss how the measurements, what are the measurements, how the measurements are carried out. Okay, what kind of types of the questions, what kind of the questions appear in the examination. Okay, all the topics will be discussed in the detail. Okay, now what is measurement किस तरीके से हम जो है measurement हर एक चीज़ का करते हैं, इसका डे टू डे लाइफ में क्या यूज़ है, विल बी डिस्कसिंग अबाउट दैट. measurement will be discussing what are the types of measurement, what is the use of the measurement in day to day life. Okay, so measurement is a process in which we are like simply determining or measuring a physical quantity. Okay, how a small or a large an object is. Okay, we are simply giving a reference of the quantity or a kind of a substance. Okay, simply here definition given of the measurement is, it is a quantification of the attributes of an object or event in which we are comparing one object with another object. Okay, how large an object is, how small or a physical quantity is, we are comparing with the different references. Okay, we are comparing this with a basic reference quantity of the same kind. Okay, similarly for like day-to-day example, if we go to a stall where mangoes are like selling, right? If we go there we find that the quantity of the mangoes which we are buying is actually, it is compared with a reference quantity. There the seller actually uses a बेसिक मेजरमेंट वाला रेफरेंस, या फिर हम बोल सकते हैं कि स्टोन यूज़ कर सकता है वो, ठीक है। इस तरीके से एक रेफरेंस क्वांटिटी के साथ कंपेयर कर रहे हैं। वी आर कंपेयरिंग अ बेसिक रेफरेंस क्वांटिटी विद द अमाउंट ऑफ द फिजिकल क्वांटिटी वी वांट टू मेजर, राइट। सो दिस इज द वे वी मेजर द स्टफ्स. Okay, measurement is a cornerstone of trade, science and technology, quantitative research in many disciplines. Okay, this is something that has to be like just go through. ये टॉपिक्स में ज़्यादा घुसने का है नहीं हमें, ठीक है। मूविंग ऑन टू लाइक द थिंग्स, व्हाट इज मेजरमेंट नाउ? मेजरमेंट, एज आई टोल्ड यू, इट्स एक्ट ऑफ मेजरिंग द स्टफ्स इन विच वी आर मेजरिंग द फिजिकल क्वांटिटी विद रेफरेंस टू द अनदर. हाउ लार्ज और हाउ स्मॉल इज अ पर्टिकुलर क्वांटिटी विथ रेफरेंस. रेफरेंस मतलब किसी चीज़ के साथ हम कंपेयर करके बता रहे हैं. वी आर कंपेयरिंग द फिजिकल क्वांटिटी विथ सम डिफरेंट रेफरेंस क्वांटिटी. Okay, we are comparing the stuffs and measuring it. So this process is called as measuring the things. Okay, measuring the physical stuff, physical items, we can say. Now here I have given an example how a rod is bigger than the other rod. In this, two different rods have been compared, right? One rod is compared with the another rod, and basically that rod is how much bigger or smaller. For that we are measuring that rod, right? This statement can be simply be like explained using the length wala scene. It means that if we are measuring the length of one rod, okay, and we are measuring the length of another rod, basically here we are measuring here the length of both the rods, right? And we are comparing with each other. If example, there are two rods, one is the smaller and another is larger, okay, and the smaller rod is of 15 inches and the larger rod is of 20 inches. So basically here we can find the difference between the two rods. That is, we are comparing both the rods, from which one rod is 20 inches, another one is 15 inches, and basically we can say that the first rod is smaller than the second rod by 5 inches. Okay, in this way the things are measured, compared. Okay, this is all about the theory part. Okay, we don't have to go in detail, we just have to focus on the questions, the type of questions that can be asked from the topic measurement. Okay, moving on to the measurement units, we know that we use different kinds of measurement units, right? The measurement units for length are like meter, centimeter, inches, feet. For mass, if we go, there are different measurement units like kilograms, grams, pound, tons. Okay, this will be discussed in details, like convergence also will be discussed here. So before moving to the convergence, let us discuss about the different types of measurement units types. Okay, types of the measurement units. Now there are two different systems in which we are measuring the measuring the physical quantities, right? So now here there are two different ways of measuring the stuffs. Like there is a way to classify various measurement units into two types, that is metric system and the US standard system. Now what is the metric system, what is the US standard system, we'll discuss later on. Okay, in this system we use different types of units like such as millimeter, centimeter, meter, kilometer. These are the measurement units of length. Millimeter, centimeter, meter and kilometer. These are the measurement units of length. Okay, these are under the metric system. Now under the metric system, the measurement unit of length are what? Millimeter, centimeter, meter and kilometer. Okay, and moving on to the US standard system, the units which are used in the US standard system are inches, feet, yard and miles. Okay, for measuring the length, we can use the metric system also and US standard system also, right? In metric system there are the units like millimeter, centimeter, meter and kilometer, right? And for measuring the length in case of what? US standard system. In US standard system we use the measurements we use the units that are inches, feet, yard and miles. Okay, now let us discuss this in detail again. Okay, now measurement units. So as I told you, there are different systems like metric system and US measurement wali system. Okay, these are the two different systems in which we are measuring the quantities, right? Physical quantities. Now in metric system, if we want to measure the length, these are the different units used. Okay, and if we want to measure the weight, these are the units used, and in the capacity these are. Okay, so let us discuss this in detail. Let me change the color of the pen. Okay, now in metric system, if you want to measure the length, we will use different quantities like millimeters. Okay, units like millimeters, centimeters, meters and kilometers. If we want to measure the weight, grams, kilograms and tons. Capacity के लिए milliliter and liter. So please do screenshot this and just go through once, because the metric system and US, and the other one is US standard system. This from this system we must be able to understand that unit कौन से standard system से belong करता है, that we must be able to understand from which system the particular unit belong to. For length in the US standard system we use inches, feet, yard and mile. Weight के लिए we use the pounds and tons. For capacity we use cups, pints, quarts and gallon. Okay, so this is not the like the system from which like maximum questions can be asked. Actually questions can be asked for conversions and all. Okay, but you must be able to understand that US standard system और जो metric system है इसके अंदर actual में कौन से units आते हैं. That is, in metric system and US standard system, which kind of units actually come, we must be able to understand that, right? Now moving to the measurement conversion, if we go for length, right, for length, if we go for length, we must be able to understand like how to convert the millimeter into centimeter, for millimeter to meter. Okay, for meter to kilometer, for centimeter to meter. This stuff should be able to understand, right? This kind of questions are 100% asked in the exam, because questions are actually asked on conversions. Okay, this is the type of question that can be asked in the examination, like how to convert to one unit into the another unit, right? Measurement conversion is very much important, so do just screenshot whatever I have written over here. Okay, you have to just screenshot. Okay, for measurement conversion in case of length, 10 millimeter is converted into 1 centimeter, right? 10 millimeter means is equivalent to 1 centimeter. 100 centimeter is equivalent to 1 meter. 1000 millimeter is equivalent to 1 meter. 1000 meter is equivalent to 1 kilometer. It means in 1 kilometer there are almost 1000 meter. Okay, in 1 kilometer there are 1000 meter. In 1 inch there is 2.54 centimeters, right? In 1 foot there are 12 inches. In 1 yard there are 3 feet. In 1 mile there is 1760 yards. From all above these measurement conversions of the length, most important if we go for this are this above one which I have noted over here, right? From 10 millimeter to 1 centimeter and 1 foot to 12 inches. This is something that you have to compulsory or mandatory keep in mind. Okay, 10 millimeter is converted into 1 centimeter. This is the equivalent, right? 10 millimeter is equivalent to 1 centimeter. 100 centimeter to 1 meter. 1000 millimeter to 1 meter. 1000 meter to 1 kilometer, and 1 inches to 2.54 and 1 foot to 12 inches. This conversion are important one, right? This can be directly asked into the examination. Now moving on to the another like mass and weight के लिए what is the conversion, right? For 1 gram is equivalent to 1000 milligrams and 1 kg is equivalent to 1000 grams. 1 kg के अंदर like in 1 kg there is 1000 grams, right? When 1000 grams question is asked like 1000 grams is equivalent to how much kgs, we must be able to understand 1 kgs. If the question is asked like 3000 grams is equivalent to how much kgs, we must be able to understand it is equivalent to 3 kgs, right? So this is how we have to convert the mass, weight or फिर length. These are the measurement conversions. ठीक है, now this is the measurement convergence for, that is a metric system. In metric system, as we have already discussed, 1 centimeter is equals to 10 millimeter, 1 meter is equals to 100 centimeter, 1 meter is equals to 1000 millimeter, and 1 kilometer is equals to 1000 meter. Now this is the very much important, can be asked in the exam, this conversion metric system. For what? This is for length again. This was for length. This is again for the length that we have discussed over. This is the US standard system. Now look at the measurements, right? Now for the measurement convergence, you just have टू अंडरस्टैंड दैट यूएस स्टैंडर्ड सिस्टम में कौन से यूनिट आते हैं, यूएस स्टैंडर्ड सिस्टम के अंदर किस तरीके से जो कन्वर्जन होता है. बट हमें ये डिटेल में नहीं जाना बिकॉज यूएस स्टैंडर्ड सिस्टम से कम क्वेश्चंस पूछे जा सकते हैं. बट ये क्वेश्चन ज़रूर आ सकता है, दैट इज़ 1 फीट इज इक्विवेलेंट टू हाउ मच इंचेस, दैट इज इक्विवेलेंट टू 12 इंचेस. 1 यार्ड इज इक्विवेलेंट टू 36 इंचेस. ओके, सो दिस क्वेश्चंस कैन बी आस्क्ड. बट मेट्रिक सिस्टम के अंदर जितने भी यूनिट्स दिए हुए, इन मेट्रिक सिस्टम वॉट एवर द यूनिट्स आर गिवन दैट आर mandatory to be done, because this questions can be simply asked, directly asked into the examination. Now moving on to the converting the metric to US, this is also something that you have to screenshot and go through once, okay, because the metric to US standard system are the questions that can be rarely asked, not compulsory that can be asked, but you must be able to understand that how the metric system is converted into the US standard system. Similarly, if we go for the converting US standard system to the metric system, this is also the stuff that can be asked into the examination, but very rarely. Okay, so this is again you have to screenshot and go through once. Moving on to the mass measurement and conversion. Now this is something the question can be asked for the metric system over here. This is for the mass measurement and conversion, right? In this metric system, 1 gram is equivalent to 1000 milligrams, right? The question can be asked here to you is like how, like for example 5 grams to convert into milligrams, right? We must be able to understand that 1 gram is equivalent to 1000 milligrams, so 5 grams is equivalent to 5000 milligrams. This is how we convert the units, right? So moving on to the 1 kg, right? 1 kg is equivalent to 1000 grams over here. 1 ton is equivalent to 1000 kilograms, and 1 megagrams is equivalent to 1000 kilograms. From this metric system, these two conversions are actually important, that is must mandatory kept into the mind. 1 gram is equals to 1000 milligram, 1 kg is equivalent to 1000 grams. So this is the thing that can be asked into the examination directly in the form of statements, right? Now moving on to the next one, US standard system. We must be able to understand US standard system के अंदर अगर हमें किसी weight का measurement करना है, if we want to measure the weight in US standard system, we use the unit called ton. That is 1 ton is equivalent to 2000 pounds. This is also important, okay? In US standard system we use 1 ton is equivalent to 2000 pounds, right? So now if we have to convert the metric system into the US standard system for mass, in this we use 1 kilogram is equivalent to 2.20462 pounds. Now this is something that is not much important, but we have to keep in mind, right? Now to convert the 1 pound into kg, this is also something that we have to keep in mind. Now once if we go through all the stuffs whatever we have read right now, that is a measurement unit. In measurement unit there are 2 different systems we use to measure, right? That is the metric system and another one is US standard system. In metric system we measure length, weight and capacity. In that we use the units like millimeter, centimeter, meter, kilometer. For weight we use gram, kilogram and tons. In capacity we use milliliter and liter. Basically in metric system we must be able to understand how to convert the millimeter into centimeter, centimeter into meter, meter to kilometer, kilometer to centimeter, kilometer to millimeter. Actually these conversions are actually important, right? And for that you have to screenshot each and every details that I have written over here, right? Please do screenshot this one, okay? Screenshot this one. US standard system, you must be able to understand what kind of units we are using over here, right? Now this is something very much important. This is to be screenshot mandatorily because this kind of the questions can be directly asked in the form of statements. Statements आ सकते exam में, like for example the question can be asked to you like how to convert 1 meter into millimeter, right? For that we have to multiply by 1000, right? 1 meter is equivalent to 1000 millimeters. This is the question that can be asked directly in the form of statements. For that you must be able to understand these 5, I don't think this 6 conversions, that is measurement conversions जो है आपको दिमाग में रखनी चाहिए, ठीक है? This 6 conversions are important. Now moving on to mass to weight, this is something that is really important, right? This is to be screenshot over here. Now moving on to the metric systems, this is something that we have discussed already. This is again important, do screenshot this, okay? In this now US standard system we must know 1 feet is equivalent to 12 inches. This is something really important, okay? Now Converting the metric to US, this is something we just go through it because this is not compulsorily asked into the examination, but we must be able to understand if if it is asked into the examination, we must go through it, right? So if we go through it once, then we will be able to like solve the questions. Converting US standard to metric, this is again something that is not much important, but do screenshot it and go through it once or twice. Okay, measurement for mass, like मास को किस तरीके से मेजर करना एंड हाउ टू कन्वर्ट द मास राइट इनटू डिफरेंट सिस्टम्स, दैट इज metric to US. For that, from this actually page, you should like compulsory keep in mind 1 gram is equivalent to 1000 milligram and 1 kg is equivalent to 1000 grams. These two conversions are important, and 1 ton is equivalent to 2000 pounds, right? Do screenshot this one again. Now, metric to US standard system and US standard to metric system, that is something that is just to be gone through once, like just go through once these stuffs, but do not just like rectify it, right? You have to go through the convergence once or twice. This is more than enough. Now this is kind of a trick I have used over here, in which how to convert the liter, meter, gram into the deci, centimilli or deca, hecto or kilo. How to convert one unit into another, for that I have used a trick over here. Let's go through it once, right? Now, liter, meter and gram, right? We have used this in one line. Just a minute. Okay, now liter, meter and gram. Whenever we are converting liter, meter, gram or into the deci, centi or milli, listen again, or deca, hecto, kilo into liter, meter or gram, or else deci, centi, milli, whatever the convergence we are doing, here we have to keep the thing in mind that if we are converting 1 meter into 1 decimeter, or 1 meter into 1 centimeter, or 1 meter into 1 millimeter, what thing you have to do is multiply each step by 10. It means if we are converting 1 meter into decimeter, we will multiply it by 10. Okay, here we have just taken one step, right? Meter to deci में जा रहे, तो यहाँ पे एक step लिया, we have taken one step. If we are going from meter to centimeter, how much steps will be taking? This is the first step, this will be the second step. So basically for each step we have to multiply by 10. So if we are converting meter into decimeter, we have to multiply by 10. If we are converting meter into centimeter, we will be multiplying it by 10. Again, it will be multiplying by 10. Basically, we will be multiplying by 100, right? So if we are converting meter into centimeter, we will be multiplying by 100. If we are converting meter into decimeter, we will be multiplying by 10. And if we are converting meter into millimeter, we will multiply it by how much of times? 3 times of 10. How? Now moving to meter to deci first step, deci to centi second step, and deci to milli is the third step. यहाँ पे हम 3 बार will be multiplying by 3 times will be multiplying by 10. So basically here for converting meter into millimeter, we will multiply it by 1000, right? This is how we follow the steps. Similarly for liter and gram also will follow the same step. If you are converting the liter into deciliter, deciliter. For understanding this, let us take an example. For example, we are converting 1 meter into centimeter. Now 1 meter we are converting into what? Now here we are converting into the centimeter. Basically here what we are following, just a minute, we are converting 1 meter into centimeter. For that how much steps we are following? Now meter to deci पहले जाएंगे, ठीक है? Then we'll go from deci to centi, right? Meter to deci, deci to centi. It means we are following here 2 steps, 2 ladders, that is we'll be multiplying by 10 into 10, right? So 1 meter, if you have to convert 1 meter into centimeter, basically we will multiplying it by 100, right? 10 into 10 is equals to 100. So 1 meter is equivalent to 100 centimeter. This is how we convert these stuffs, right? Now moving on to the another example I have given here. 1 kg is equals to 1000 grams. ठीक है. 1 kg is equivalent to 1000 grams. Kg means what? It is kilogram, right? So now this is what we have followed for meter to deci, deci to centi, and centi to milliliter, which we have multiplied by 10. But basically if we go downwards, for example, we are moving from gram to deca, deca to hecto, and hecto to kilo. Whenever we are following downward steps, we will be multiplying each step, we'll be dividing each step by 10. Okay, now here what we'll be doing, if the question asked to you here is 1 kilogram is equals to how much of grams, right? Now the question is asked to you from kilo to gram. Actually we are moving upwards, right, from kilo to gram. At that time what we have to do is, if we are moving upwards, as I told you, if we are going upwards, then we have to multiply by 10. If we are coming downwards, then we will divide by 10. So basically we are moving from kilo to gram. Here we will be multiplying each step by 10. So here how much steps we have followed here? Let us go through it once. We are moving from kilo to hecto, one step, hecto to deca is the another step, and deca to gram is the another step. Basically we have followed here 3 steps. It means each step को हम 10 से multiply करेंगे, right? Each step will be multiplied by 10. So here for conversion of kilo to gram, we will convert 1 kg into gram, then we'll multiply it by 1000. How? 10 into 10 into 10 is equals to 1000, right? So 1 kg is equivalent to 1000 grams. This is how we convert. Okay, if the question, if they had asked us the question like how much, if the question if they had asked us like 1 gram is equivalent to how many kgs, right? Question, if they had asked like 1 gram means how many kgs, if this is the question they have asked us, right? 1 gram is equivalent to how many kgs. Now the first very thing which we have to do is, very first thing, that is find out in this chart where is the gram. Okay, here is the gram, right? Now the conversion asked us this 1 gram is equivalent to how many kgs, that is kilograms, right? So here we have to go from gram to kilo. It means we have to go downwards, right? So how much steps downward we have to go? From gram to deca is the one step, from deca to hecto is the another step, and from hecto to kilo is the another step. So basically we are going downwards. It means we are dividing by 10 for each step. If we are going from gram to deca, we'll be dividing by 10. From deca to hecto, again divide by 10. From hecto to kilo, again divide by 10. So basically what we will be doing is divide 1 gram by 1000, right? 1 gram, when it is divided by 1000, then it means it will be converted into kgs. That is, the answer for this question would be 0.001 kilograms. So basically 1 gram is equivalent to 0.001 kgs. This is how we solve the question. In this diagram, this is the very important diagram, please note down it. Whenever we are following the steps upwards, then we will be multiplying each step by 10, and whenever we are following downward steps, we will be dividing by 10 for each step. This is how we convert one unit into another unit. This is simply the questions that can be asked into the exam. Okay, let's deal with some of the questions now which can be asked into our examination. For example, if we take a question, Radhika's weight is 48,000 grams. Okay, what is her weight in kilograms? What is her weight in kilograms? If this is the question asked to us. Now look at the conversion. Now Radhika's weight is 48,000 grams. So basically the conversion taking place over here is we have to convert the grams into kgs, right? Moving on to the chart, ग्राम को kg में कन्वर्ट करना है, right? We have to convert the gram into kg. It means we will move how much of steps ahead? downwards, we will move 3 steps downwards, that is gram to deca, deca to hecto, hecto to kilo. So basically we are moving 3 steps. Whenever we are doing conversion from gram to kilo, we will divide by 1000. So basically 1 gram is equivalent to 1 upon 1000 kgs. I can write this. It means that 1 gram is equivalent to 001 kgs. I can write this, right? So question asked to us is 48,000 grams is equivalent to how much kgs? We can cross multiply here. X is equals to what? 48,000 into 0.001 kgs. It means it is equivalent to 48 kgs, right? 0.001, this was 0.001, and this is right, this point will be shifted from first, second and third digit, right? This is first, second and third, so first, second and third ke baad point aa jayega. That means 48 kg is the right answer to the question. This is how the question can be asked into the examination about the convergence. Okay, let's take another question. I will give you the question and you have to comment down the answer in the comment section. Okay, Kiara rides bike. She's riding the bike 1.5 miles per day. Okay, each day she is riding her bicycle for 1.5 miles. How many kilometers does she rides in a week? Okay, she is almost riding 1.5 miles per day. Each day she is riding the bike for almost 1.5 miles. Okay, now this is for each day, per day, right? So in a week, how much she will ride it? Now we must be able to understand that in 1 week how many days are there and how many kilometers she is gonna ride the bike, right? So this conversion of miles to kilometer is something that you must be able to understand here, and this is the conversion that I have already given to you in the chart. So go through it once and try to find or resolve the answer to the question. We'll take another one question that has been asked into the examination, that is 500 centimeter plus 500 meter plus 500 kilometers equivalent to how much quantity, right? So for such questions, what we have to do is just go through the option one. Now in option we can find that the answer has been given in meters only. So basically each unit has to be converted into meter, right? Because the answer given in the option is meter, so we have to convert the centimeter into meter, we have to convert the kilometer into meter, and 500 is already something, 500 meter is already given in meter, so conversion की ज़रूरत नहीं है यहाँ पे. We don't need a conversion here. We need a conversion for 5 kilometers into meter and 500 centimeters into meter. So for this, go through the chart once now. Okay, look what we have done here. We have to convert 500 centimeter into meter. So basically we are converting centimeter into meter, right? What we have to do here is, now we are following here downward steps. Let me rub this once so that you can understand it quite well, right? So what we have to do here is we are converting the centimeter into meter, right? How much steps we are following? We are following centimeter to decimeter, decimeter to meter. We are following upward steps or downward steps. We are here following downward steps. Whenever we are following the downward steps, we will divide it by 10. So basically whenever we are going downwards, we will divide by 10 for each step, and whenever we are going upwards, we will multiply it by 10 for each step. So basically we are going here for 2 steps, right, downwards, so we will divide by 10 for 2 times. Basically we will be dividing it by 100. So converting 1 centimeter into meter, will be dividing it by 100, right? So 500 centimeter, we are converting it into meter, right? We are converting it into meter. So for that, what we will be doing, 500 divided by 100, as we have gone 2 steps downward, so we will be dividing it by 100. So this will be 5 meter. So 500 centimeter into meter is equals to 5 meters, right? This is the first step. Now in second step we have to convert the 5 kilometer into meter. 5 kilometer to meter. Okay, so go to the chart once. We have to convert kilometer into meter. So here we are going upwards, right? Here we are going upwards from kilometer to hecto, hecto to deca to meter, right? How much steps upwards we are going? We are going 3 steps upwards. So for each step we will be multiplying it by 10. As we are going upwards, so we will multiply it by 10. So we are going 3 steps ahead from kilometer to meter. So we will multiply it by 1000. So answer will be 5 into 1000 is equals to 5000 meter. So this is the answer to the question, that is 5 kilometer is equals to 5000 meter. Now we have converted here we have converted 500 centimeter into 5 meter. This is 5 meter, this is already 500 meter. Here conversion is not required, and we have converted 5 kilometer into 500 meter. So what we have to do is we have to add all three of the quantities, that is 5000 meter plus 500 meter plus 5 meter. So answer to the question will be 5. This is 0, this is 5 and 5. Okay, 5505 is the answer to the question. Sorry, this is not the right one. 5505. So answer B is the right answer to the question, and this is how we convert one unit into the another unit, and this kind of questions can be asked into the examination. And also you have to solve this question and comment the answer into the comment section. This was all about the measurement that we have discussed in today's lecture. These are some of the notes that you have to just simply go through it once, because this is not necessary, because we just able to understand कि किस तरीके से एक यूनिट को दूसरे यूनिट में कन्वर्ट करना है, how to convert one unit into another, and this is all about the questions that can be asked in the examination. This is not something required, just go through it once. What is the metric system, what is the US standard system, what are the measurements used over here. So this was all about the today's lecture. Thank you for watching it, and stay tuned for more such lectures for mathematics paper 1, and if you want the same series for mathematics paper 2, do comment in the comment section and let us know if you're liking the video or not. And please do enroll the course if you want to get maximum score in the examination and selection in the examination. At the same time, do subscribe the channel and follow for more updates. Thank you.